You know, Melissa, I was thinking, and I don't want you to get like too excited about this, because I know how you get. You get over the moon with things like this. I was thinking maybe you and I could, I don't know, go on a vacation.
Oh my god. Okay, when you say you can't get too excited, like what level of enthusiasm am I allowed to have? Am I allowed to go like that or what? Because that's exciting.
You're allowed to have a moderate level of enthusiasm. You could clap your hands if you want. But I just don't want you to like, I'm hesitant because I don't want you to misinterpret it. You know what I mean? I don't want you to think of it like, you know, a romantic getaway or something. It's just a vacation between two friends.
No, I'm not going to misinterpret things. Friends can go on vacation. Co-workers go on vacation. It's not that serious. I'm hype because I can't remember the last time you and I, or just me in general, did something for like recreational purposes. Like I wanted to go to the Harry Styles concert a couple years ago. Couldn't do that. Like I haven't done anything fun for me. So this is nice.
All right. I'm really surprised that you're able to see it that way and not twist it into something else. I appreciate that. Because like I want to get away. I want to have a good time. I just don't want it to like muddy things. So with that in mind though, do you have any idea, like do you have like a dream place you want to go, or like any ideas for a vacation spot?
You propose a vacation but you have nowhere in mind that you would want to go.
I cannot say something without you getting like salty about it, like sensitive or offended.
What do you want to say? It has to do with Miranda?
Yeah, it is about Miranda, because I guess when we were married, I know people think I'm a deadbeat, but I was more focused on like the bills and stuff, not like the fun stuff, you know? So she would kind of drum up and handle the vacation ideas, if that makes sense. Like I was so paranoid about not having enough money that I never really thought about vacation, because my mom never took us on vacation like that, so I didn't grow up with vacations and stuff, so she kind of like dictated that stuff.
Okay, well, I turned a new leaf with her, but I will say that it's a little sad that, you know, this is just me pointing out like a little bit of toxicity in your relationship with her. It's a little sad that she would dictate all your vacations, and like, I don't know, I just feel like she took your brain from you when you were married to her.
Well, as someone who turned a new leaf with her, that was insulting just now, like what you just said. No offense.
No, I'm talking about Miranda who is married to you, not Miranda who is she now. I'm just saying, like, every man should want to, like, vacation or, like, go places. You don't have anywhere in mind that you would want to go?
Well, Miranda aside, I'm just saying, like, I'm not a vacation dude. I don't have dream places like that, you know? I grew up in New York. That's where everyone wants to go. I was where everybody wants to go, you know? People in New York, we don't go to the Statue of Liberty or nothing. We just exist and have fun. Just walk into the bus. Is there anywhere that you dream though? Like, let's just focus on that. Come on, there's got to be like a dream spot.
Of course I have places I want to go. I have Nashville. I would love to go to Nashville. Australia. I don't know why I want to go to Australia, but I've always wanted to go to Australia, and I feel like there's a lot of like fans of the show there. Barbados. I would love to do one of those like resort vacations, but also I don't know if I want to start with vacation like that, because I would want to like go places and see things, and Nashville has a lot of things. I don't know if Elvis's home is in Nashville. I think it is, but I would love to go there too, even though I heard the neighborhood is not that great. I don't know what people mean when they say not that great. Like, are they being racist or what? I don't know. Crime? I don't know. But yeah, those are the top 3 places I want to go. Nashville, Barbados, and I can't remember the third place I just said, but Australia.
I hear a lot about Nashville. I hear like it's like one of the top destinations nowadays in the country. Like a lot of celebrities have moved there. It sounds fun. Sounds like it's like, I don't know, not that I drink anymore, but it sounds like a party town. So I'd be down for that.
Okay, well, I don't mean to like burst your bubble, but it's not like New Orleans where there's like boobs and stuff. If that's what you want to go, for, that's totally not what it is. It's more like a music town, and there's partying and great food and stuff like that. It's just my type of vibe because I grew up in Texas and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see people in cowboy boots. That's all.
Melissa, that's not why I would want to go to Nashville. Okay, if that's what I wanted to do, if that's what I was traveling for to go see, boobs, then I would want to go to New Orleans, But Nashville, I like that.
Can I ask why you don't want to go to like a resort like to Barbados?
Because it's nothing against the rest of the world. Like, I'm sure like places are mad nice everywhere else and whatever, but I don't really feel like flying over water, leaving the country type thing, It's kind of scary.
Did Miranda ever want to leave the country? And I'm not asking to be toxic, I just want to know.
No, but that's not, it doesn't affect me. Me and her kind of like just agreed on that. It wasn't something where she was like, it wasn't like I said I want to go to the Eiffel Tower. She was like, nah, we're not doing no international flights. It's just something me and her agreed upon that, okay, we don't really like traveling overseas. We like she wanted to see things like the Smithsonian and the Hollywood Walk of Fame, things in the country, and I was into that stuff. There was nothing that interested us overseas.
Okay, well maybe, and this is just an assumption on my part, maybe you have kind of been sterilized to certain ideas when it comes to traveling and vacationing, and she kind of squashed some like notions for you. But I think, I don't know much about divorce, but when you're divorced, I think you need to create like a whole new identity and start to like think outside the box and realize that the rules that you had for your marriage are not actually real, and that you can like try what. Don't you like hot weather? You like buffets? You like the pool, right? You like good scenery. I'm not saying I'm going to go to Barbados more than Nashville, but I think that you would be open to Barbados.
Yeah, nothing about Barbados sounds bad. Sounds relaxing and fun, and like I probably would like it. I just have to get over the flight. That's it.
See? I think you just need to be more open-minded with things, that's all.
Alright, well, speaking of hot places, I gotta go do something for work. Could you open a window? Because it's like, I'm getting hot talking about Barbados.
Yeah, sure. I'll hop to it, even though it's like a wind tunnel outside. Oh no, it's like dark out too. God, this is so exciting. I can't believe he wants to do this. Life is changing. Average cost of trip to Nashville from Serafina Town. Why are flights so expensive? Don't they all like crash now? Oh my god! Where the hell? Okay. You came through the window, did you? You were just the cutest little puppy. You must have been so cold outside. You're shaking. Okay. So I love you.
As your friend, I do try my best to keep my emotions in check and to not be overly biased and try to guide you in the right direction in terms of advice. Just like a shoulder to lean on. But I must say, I am pissed off at Tiffany. I don't know her, but I'm pissed off. I mean, I respect that, Victor. You're allowed to have an opinion. I never said that you weren't allowed to have an opinion on the people I date or anything like that. But what the hell are you upset at Tiffany for? Y'all have not really even had any interactions. Because I have never been great at relationships, fine. But I do know that one element of being in a relationship is not ultimatums or leaving someone when the going gets tough. I saw that way too many times with Miranda. For her to say that she would leave you if you were infertile, it's horrible. Alright, Victor, I get that, but... No, hold on. Do you have any self-esteem to where you would put up with that type of behavior? For someone to say that to you, that's beyond hurtful. I do have self-esteem, Victor. I do. And I hear what you're saying. I get it. You don't want me to be a doormat. And I tend to overlook things. But now can I say something? The floor is yours. Go ahead. I can 100% fully understand how you and other people can perceive what Tiffany said to be nasty. To say, okay, if you're infertile, I don't want to be with you, and I want to move on and be in a different relationship. Yeah, that stings. But it's also, I think it's also a breath of fresh air, because how many people out there, I'm not just giving her excuses, how many people out there would tell their partner, hey, if you couldn't have a baby, then I don't know if I can do this. No, they usually spring it on someone when it happens. She laid out what she wants, what she doesn't want. She gave me parameters. The level of communication that Tiffany gives me is something that I wanted from Miranda. I didn't want to have to take a jackhammer and pry open her head to know what she was thinking. And that's what a lot of the arguments between me and Miranda were. And I was guilty of it too. I would hold things in because I didn't want to cause fights. With Tiffany, it's all on the table. I can say things, she can say things, and it's healthy that way. Maybe it's nice to be transparent. Maybe that's fair. But even if it's right to be transparent in a relationship, does it make it necessary? The odds of you being infertile are 0 in my book. You don't have to worry. You have a daughter. Maybe it might be hard to conceive based off of your history, but you still have a daughter. She doesn't even need to... This isn't something that's ever going to come up. So for her to say that to you, for her to be so honest, why could she not just lie? Why couldn't she just be nice and say something nice to you and say, I would stand by your side no matter what? And then when it came up, I really didn't take it personal. Okay, I was shocked in the moment. To hear her say that was shocking. That our love isn't unconditional. That there's conditions. But then I got over it. And I think in a lot of relationships and in a lot of marriages, one of the problems is that one partner doesn't get over something. That was me and Miranda. I remember days where I gave her the silent treatment a lot of times. I remember doing the dishes and having my back towards her and not wanting to talk. And I have not done that with Tiffany once. How many relationships out there have people given their partner the silent treatment and stayed mad at someone before bed? Not me and Tiffany. Brian, I don't know. I think you have this tendency, again, to see the best in people, and that is your biggest downfall. You know, you're kind of guilty of it too, though. You gave Miranda a lot of excuses when she had toxic behaviors. You know, I have not spoken to Miranda since she left, pretty much. And I'm hurt that she has forgotten about me, and I know why, but it's hurtful. So yes, I do think that you did it with Miranda as well. I think that Miranda has her toxic elements. And for years, as her friend, I turned a blind eye because I loved her. And I will always love her as a friend. But we're all toxic. But you Never call people out on it. Look, that was one conversation, and I don't think there's going to be anything else where Tiffany's going to put her foot down and say, I'm going to leave you if this happens. Well, I hope not. Because you do deserve better. You may have your faults, and you may have your elements that aren't great, but you still deserve to be treated right. And I hope that's the last thing she ever says that's hurtful.
After the paternity test stuff, when that's all over with and when the results are in, I have to really reevaluate our relationship. I don't know if I want to stay with you.
So, are you like breaking up with me right now? Is that happening right now?
No. I'm not breaking up with you right now. I want to see what the results are. I want to see the outcome and what life looks like after all of this. Clearly, there's 3 tests out there, and I want to see what the definitive answer is.
So then, I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused. What does the future hold then? What outcome is going to drive you away? Like, what? Me being the father, me not being the father, what is the thing that's going to have you break up with me?
That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel. If it comes back and I'm right that you were Charlotte's dad, yeah, I'm going to kind of be in a I told you so mood. And I don't know. It hurts that you listen to your uncle over me and you're letting him do this and cause problems. And then on the other side, if you're not the dad, that changes everything. And then we have to go down the road of the infertility thing. And I don't know if I want to do that.
So I can pretty much expect that there's a 50-50 chance definitively with these paternity test results that you're gonna leave me. That because my uncle took a paternity test to try to help me, you're not gonna like the outcome and you're gonna leave. That's what I can expect, like flipping a coin.
No, I'm not saying these are the definitive. Slow. I'm not saying that these are the definitive answers or outcomes. I'm saying I want to see what happens, and I want to see what the results are, and then I want to see how I feel in the moment.
I care about you and I don't want to hurt our relationship. I don't understand how...
Maybe you should have thought about that before you went and agreed to give over your DNA or whatever you did, or just your uncle doing this. I don't like it.
I thought this was one of those... I was just telling this to Victor, too. That we're so transparent with one another, and yeah, I welcomed that, but I also said that, you know, this is one of those relationships where we don't give ultimatums and stuff.
This is different, Brian. I specifically told you. We had conversations, and I just feel like you listen to everyone but me, and I can't get over that. Is this what our whole relationship's gonna look like forever?
Of course not. This is just a rough patch in my life. I apologize that we got into a relationship and my life turned into chaos. I thought relationships were about supporting one another when your partner's going through something. I didn't ask for my daughter to be taken away from me. And I certainly didn't ask for the potential corruption surrounding me and my daughter's DNA.
We haven't even been dating a year. We haven't been together a year. And these are the topics and the themes that I have to endure every day. And yes, I use the word endure because they are hard. I lied. It's very hard to be with you with your life. If you're not looking for your lost daughter, now we're taking paternity tests for your lost daughter. It's like you won't solve one problem before creating another one.
You lied. I'm one for transparency, but then To be so transparent that you lied about staying with me when the going gets tough. Yeah, I have baggage. I'm sorry for that. What am I supposed to do? My ex-girlfriend runs off with my daughter. Oh, okay, forget it. Let's hang out with Tiffany today. Oh, people are bringing it up to me that maybe my paternity test was fiddled with. Oh, yeah, let me ignore that and let me go sit on the couch with Tiffany and watch her favorite show. Sorry, I care about things that pertain to my personal life.
Well, it seems like you have a tremendous amount of baggage, and I love you. But that baggage, it's like you don't take one piece of luggage off of the conveyor belt before you put several others on there. And I'm not Superwoman.
It's a really tough pill to swallow to have the girlfriend that you love tell you, hey, when the paternity tests come back in, I don't know if I want to be with you. And you have too much baggage for me. Again, I'm for transparency, but sometimes I can admit it now. Sometimes the transparency is unnecessary.
I don't want you to hate me for what I just said, but I want you to understand. I'm not guaranteeing that I'll leave. I just want to see what life looks like after this stupid test. It's so unnecessary.
You may say it's unnecessary, but it's not. Because what if I hadn't looked into this and then we find out later on that I can't have kids or something? Yeah, everyone can get on my uncle for being skeptical, but it's good we're taking care of this. My daughter's not even here.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm saying this now. Because I don't want to wait 2 years from now and find out you're not the father, and then find out you're infertile, and then find out we're not having children. Children they're not my main goal. But it's something I want. And I can't just put it on a whim that maybe he will, maybe he won't. I can't.
With all due respect, Tiffany, I was madly attracted to you at first because of how career-oriented you were. It was different for me. You having a family after that is just icing on the cake. So for you to suddenly put so much weight into having kids and put this pressure on me, like my ex-fiance, it's not like you to me. And it's just startling.
I have busted my butt for my career. I have climbed a ladder. And pretty much achieved everything I've wanted to achieve. And there's still more on the plate. I am not ready to have kids. I don't want kids now. But I told you this. I can't compromise. It's part of my dinner. It's part of my plate. I don't want to be super successful, have everything I wanted, and then go to the grave never knowing what it would be like to be a mom after working with children my whole life. And I think that's fair.